The only thing more exciting than getting a new piece of technology is when you are involved with the creation of that technology itself. Kickstarter.com allows us to fund technology projects, and then the company will use that funding to create the product so that you're one of the first people that receive it. About a year and a half ago, I made an investment in a smartwatch called Pebble. So today is March 7th, and today is the day my Pebble arrived at my apartment. I'm excited. I'm going to unbox it and we'll take a look at it. The Pebble came in a box approximately 1 inch thick by about 1.5 feet long. You can see that it says it's time, a message to the investors that the watch has arrived. I could see up here handwritten 18823, perhaps the serial number of the individual watch that I received. On the back is a little guide to meeting the Pebble, and then instructions that it works with 4th and 3rd generation iPod Touches, iPhone 4S, 4, and 3GS. It also states that iOS 5 or newer is required. I have an iPhone 5. I'm a little worried about it being compatible, but I think it will work out. Let's test it and see. It also says that it works with Android smartphones running 2.33 and up. So it's important to realize that this Pebble compatible with iPhone and Android. I'm surprised it doesn't mention iPads. We'll see how compatible it is with my iPad mini and let you know. On this side of the box, it says it works with Android, iPod, and iPhone. We have a Bluetooth symbol, and then the Pebble e-paper smartwatch. We have little directions saying open this side up, and a cardboard perforated pull strip, which once we pull, will open the Pebble box for us. Let's open this up and take a look at it. The pull strip didn't work all the way, so I'll just pull the rest off. And here we go, the Pebble. On the top, it tells you to get started to go to the website gopebble.com. That's the only information on the top. Everything else on the top is simply to secure the watch. And on the bottom, the only thing that we have is the watch, which lifts nicely from the box. And then a cable, which looks like it has a magnetic attachment and 2 ports to USB. And this, I'm sure, is used to charge and possibly even sync the device. Obviously, the power cable snaps right on the side. We could see the 2 contact points and the 2 magnetic clips. The charger clips right on the side. We could also see that the Pebble watch comes with a plastic protector on the front, not on the back. The number on the front of this box was not my serial number. The serial number isn't printed on the back of the watch. But it does say that this is a Kickstarter edition, signifying that I was part of their project to fund it. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to go to gogetpebble.com, take a look at the instructions, and figure out how to continue. So I pointed my web browser on my iPad to go.getpebble.com, and I'm asked whether I'm setting up the device for iOS or Android. I'll hit iOS. It then loads a screen which brings me to step-by-step directions as to how to prepare my Pebble for use. Step 1 is to charge the Pebble using the magnetic adapter. Step 2 is to download the Pebble app from the App Store. In Step 3, we are turning on Bluetooth and pairing the device. In Step 4, we are updating the firmware on the device by using the app. Step 5, we are testing the connection to make sure it works. And in Step 6, we are exploring and enjoying our Pebble. I am going to go now, set up my Pebble, charge it, and then I will attempt to sync it first to the iPad mini and then to the iPhone 5. Let's see if it's compatible with each one. According to the box, it should not have been compatible with either. However, since they're both running iOS 5 and probably were released after the Pebble box was designed, I'm assuming it will work fine, but we'll find out. So, it's the next morning and I've been playing with the Pebble for about 12 hours now. I'm happy to say that the Pebble is compatible with both my iPhone 5 and my iPad mini. In truth, there is only an iPhone application, but since you could put iPhone applications directly on iPads, it works on both. This is the application, and as you can see, I'm actually quite surprised how limited feature-wise the application is. One of the things that are missing, for example, is the ability to check battery life. I haven't been able to figure out at all how to check the battery life of my Pebble. There seems to be two options. The setup option allows you to select from one of 8 additional watch faces. I'm sure over time there will be additional watch faces released as well. Right now you can see I'm using the segment 6. And then there is a health button which allows you to examine the health of your Pebble. But health or status doesn't seem to include battery life, as of yet at least. If everything is healthy, you get a green light, and you could tap it to ping the Pebble. So those are the only features of the iPhone app. The Pebble itself uses the same kind of display as the Kindle, an e-ink display. This is actually pretty cool because it's not only good on battery life, and it's really easy to read in all different types of light. If you're in the dark, just tap a button to the right and it will light up the display. The 3 buttons: scroll up, select, and scroll down. Selects your menu options, or at times moves backwards in the menu. Right now you can see I'm using the segment 6 special download clock face. But I could scroll up. You have a few limited settings. An alarm. I have not played with the music yet. And then you have 3 watch faces that come with the watch. I'll select text watch. This is their standard text watch. One of the best parts about this being an e-ink display is that this never goes dim. The display is always on, and it always looks just like this. You never have to power it or wake it. Now, let's talk about how information flows from your iPhone to your Pebble. It's actually quite an interesting and unique method that's been used. On iOS, the method is actually quite interesting, but there's one giant limitation. It's such a serious limitation, I'm not sure if I'm going to continue using the Pebble. One of the advantages of the Pebble is it gets its information directly from the notification center of the iPhone. Any application that's set to deliver notifications to the home screen will automatically beam those notifications also to the Pebble. What this means for users, which is quite exciting, is that you could receive almost any type of update on your Pebble. Facebook, email, text messages, calendar alert, anything that could be pushed to your home screen of your iPhone, it seems could be pushed to your Pebble. But this creates one problem. What if you don't want certain information pushed to your iPhone, but you do want it pushed to your Pebble? For example, I lay my iPhone sitting on my desk a lot at work. I might not want my messages, my text messages, pushed to my home screen. In the past, I have been disabling the feature to push my messages to my home screen, requiring me to unlock my phone to receive my text messages. However, one of the limitations of iOS 5 is that in order to push notifications to a Bluetooth device, you also must push them to the home screen. I think this is a limitation not of the Pebble, but of iOS. It's a limitation that I would expect to see fixed by iOS 6, definitely by iOS 7. But something tells me with the push of wearable computing and all of the new gadgets coming out, Apple will have a fix for this soon. What is necessary is an iOS menu feature option that allows us to push notifications to the Pebble Watch without them going to the home screen of the iOS phone. So that really is one of the only limitations I've found so far about the Pebble Watch. I set it up last night. I might have been experiencing some problems with the link last night. However, this morning I went through all my options, all my settings, set them up, make sure they were working. And at least as of this morning, I've been testing it all morning, and every alert that comes through to my iPhone comes through to my Pebble. I hope you've enjoyed taking a first look at the Pebble smartwatch. Between products like the Pebble and products like Google Glass, I think wearable computing will become extremely popular in the next 2 to 3 years. The Pebble is obviously the beginning. There are other products out there too, such as Nike plus Fuel Band, but I would be willing to bet that in the next 3 years, a large segment of the population, say 30%, are using wearable computers on a regular basis. I tend to miss text messages all the time. I don't always have my phone in my hand. I'm not always looking at a computer screen. I'm very often in meetings with people, so sometimes I will miss text messages. I'm willing to bet that with the Pebble, I'll miss less text messages than I have in the past. My name is Adam Wandt. I'm a professor and technologist at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, which is part of the City University of New York, where I serve as chair and senior researcher for the CUNY Skunkworks Academic Technology Research and Development Group. I hope you enjoyed exploring the Pebble Watch with me. I'll be using it for the next few weeks, and then I will do another review so we could see how it's performing.